Hey, it's Stu, and this is a TBR, Best Intentions video. Oh, I think we're rolling into maybe the final week of March, and my TBR is still really loaded, and that's okay. I thought that I was going to be less ambitious, but reading challenges came up, and buddy reads, and in fact, I'm maybe overly ambitious, but this is just another opportunity to remind myself and anybody else that reading is for fun. And so whatever I get to is what I get to. So the reading challenges I've been involved in March have been the 52 book clubs, 52 prompt challenge, reading backlist and long list for the Women's Prize for Fiction. International Booker inspired reading, and Irish authors reading challenge. Oh my goodness. And I had to add because I didn't know about it, and I've recently found out about it, and so I will maybe make another short video and link the couple of YouTubers who I watched, took recommendations from, and found out about the trans readathon leading up to the International Day of Trans Recognition. So it started on, I think, March 17th. I was late to the game and ending in just a few weeks. And I'm trying to get one, if not two books in, but I'm just going to be fair, I took many recommendations and I'm just going to read them along, but we'll see what I can get within those dates and if I can make a video about that specifically. So let me start there. I have already started listening to Sorrowland by Rivers Solomon. I think this same author has a newer release, but this has been a spectacular listen so far. I had a really long walk today, more than an hour walk, and listened to this and have really enjoyed it. And so if there are no other books I get to, I'm pretty sure I can get this done within the Trans Readathon timelines. And then the other recommendations are books that I thought to read with trans authors and or trans characters. I'll just read, when I get to them, because I really believe in any opportunity to raise awareness or put more focus on identity groups that are often underrepresented and disenfranchised from spotlights. And I also believe that one should try to read diversely as much as possible. The other listen, feels like an ambitious listen because this is a bit of a chunky book, is The Inheritance of Loss by Kiran Desai. I love Anita Desai's work, and I've read a couple Anita Desai's books last year, and that is Kiran's mother. And so the 52 book club has a prompt that says, read a book by an author related to another author, and then read a book by that relative. So I have The Inheritance of Loss. I plan to do immersive if I can. Here's to trying. So if this book ends up being, I haven't even tried it in audio. I just thought, let me go for an audio to do an immersive. If that works out, then I will also, this will be my other listen. I usually get to listen to 2 books a week due to commutes and walks, so we shall see. And then I will read Rosarita by Anita Desai sometime later to fulfill both of those prompts. This one kind of double ticks because this also was longlisted for the Women's Prize for Fiction. Speaking of Women's Prize for Fiction long list, I have Gin Patrol on the Purple Line. I would quite like to get to, it's I think a mystery, and it's a bit of a shift in genre and tone than some of the extremely literary fiction books that I've been reading lately. So yeah, hoping to get that in there and get that off also my mystery thriller shelf. I have Outline by Rachel Cusk. This is a trilogy. I have the other two books. I bought them all together. Yeah, I really hope I can get to this week. Maybe this is high on the priority. I have On Beauty by Zadie Smith. This is a book that I've discussed recently with someone. They highly recommended me read this as opposed to the other Zadie Smith books that I both own and that are on Women's Prize for Fiction long lists, as this one is. And so I'm hoping to get to this week. So again, here's the hope. That's the whole point of this video, is hoping to what I hope to get to. But as we see, it's already kind of piling up. I do have less work time and maybe more time to read, but I kind of actually feel like doing other things than reading. I don't think that's a reading slump. I think that's just me slowing down a little. So we'll see. This feels quite ambitious so far. International Booker. This book by Domenico Starnone, which is The House on Via Gemeto, and the translator is not on the front cover. So I have Iona Stransky. Yeah, Iona Stransky. It also feels quite big and ambitious. But anyway, that's what this is like. Hopefully, I can get to this. I have been able to get to International Booker long list or winner. And then I got one from this. I read one from this year's long list just this week. So I've been able to get to them. And I think for that reason, this might kind of push one of those Women's Prize for Fiction maybe into next week or month. But that's me thinking aloud. And then, if you can believe it, I do have, and it was on hold, and this is for sure, I'm going to read this, Dominion by Addie E. Chitson's, all the long list I just went ahead and put on hold in Libby, and this one came up a week ago, so I only have a couple weeks left. It's a bit of a short book, so this is like this Addie Chitson's book and Sorrowland for sure. I'm for sure getting to those. And then yeah, okay, as I'm making this video, I'm seeing how silly and how, because these are bigger books. Like last week I read a lot of smaller books, a lot of novellas, and so these are bigger books. They're, to be fair, if I could get through 3 of them in a week, that would be pretty outstanding. Of course, I know I'll probably get to more, especially since I plan on listening to 2, maybe reading 3, but I do have one more to add, and that is Lessons in Chemistry by Barney Garmus. This book I have just been seeing everywhere. I think this book got extremely popular a few years back, and 2022, and everybody got it and maybe over-ordered it and then read it. And because I'm seeing this so much, it gives like a book that was really hyped, but not one to hold onto, because literally I can't go to a thrift place and not see a copy of this book right now. That doesn't make me feel any kind of way about reading it. I think reading super hype books that are to read one time is not my jam. In fact, especially for someone who unholes everything they read, almost everything that I read, then it's time. This is one of those that has just been sitting on my shelf now less than a year, but almost a year. And it's time. It's time. And I wanted to, because I felt like this is a great book to read during Women's History Month. I honestly think this one also kind of falls into a priority read. So this one, Dominion, Sorrowland, and maybe Outline are sort of my priority reads. And then all of the rest, I'm just going to kind of have sitting here for, you know, what I can get to or what I'm in the mood for in this next week, which I believe is the last week of sort of these reading challenges, or these reading, not of the 52 book club. Sorry, I'm having a hard time finishing sentences today. That's what happens when one starts to feel a little overwhelmed. But anyway, I'm done, I think, with the Irish readathon. Yeah, those 2 books are enough. And the trans rights readathon will be done on the 30th, but I will continue to read some of the book reps I got and make another video for that. And then Women's Prize for Fiction and International Booker will kind of go over into April. And I do have some other reading plans for April, but this is not the video for that. So until my reading wrap up, which will come probably tomorrow, that's it for me.